Come on, everyone, now get into your places. You heard her. Into your places now. We're coming. I'm coming. We're looking to my place, Anna. Here comes Tessa. I'm so sorry, Tessa. You better be Leo. Careful next time. I'm here. You're watching Clovers and Honey AG. Enjoy the video.
Hey y'all, it's me, Alex, and for today's video, I will be getting into a slightly more heavy and controversial topic than I usually do with my videos. If you've been around my channel since its creation, you're likely familiar with the 40-minute video I made about my opinions on American Girl. It was published June 23rd of 2021, and it's time for my opinionated videos to return. So with that preface out of the way, I'm gonna get started. So, photo contests. What are they? Who started them? And why do I detest them? Before I continue, I wish to bring something to the service. My photo contest. AGNTD, which only got one cycle. With the possibly newfound knowledge of me having a photo contest, I sound like a hypocrite, right? Well, I probably do, but it's simply that my opinion towards photo contests has changed tremendously since February of 2021. Now let's get down to the first topic, aka the introduction. What are photo contests, and who started them? The term photo contest is very broad, but when you put it into an American Girl doll context, suddenly everyone knows exactly what you're talking about. An AGPC, as it's widely regarded as in the community, is a series of videos that follow a similar theme across AG2. The first thing you notice in a certain photo contest is who made it and what the name is. The most famous AGPC is likely AGNTM, created by Hart from Forever and Always, who I will get back to later. When naming a photo contest, AGTubers often stick to some crazy abbreviation with AG or PC in the title. See AG, NTD, SC, PC, AG, RGS, SB, PC, and AGC, PC. So what's next are the rules. The most common rules when watching an AGPC is, it must be an 18-inch doll, you must use one doll across the entire cycle, and a less common one is one pass. So those are the most common rules, but what is the significance? Well, number 2, you must use one doll across the entire cycle, provides a perfect segue into what a cycle is. A cycle is a season in a show. There is usually anywhere from 1 to 10 cycles in an average PC, and my super scientific and totally not just guesstimated data shows that there are about 7 or 8 episodes on average with AGPCs. So you know what an American Girl photo contest is, AGPC for short, but who started the trend? Well, the trend setter was without a doubt Forever and Always. With her creation of AGNTM, a boom of new photo contests were created, and the tradition is still there today. It's likely that Hart, the creator of AGNTM, was not the first photo contest maker, but she was definitely the pioneer of modern-day AGPCs. So with the introduction finished and 2 of 3 questions answered, I think it's time to move on to the third question. Why do I detest photo contests? To that, there are 2 simple answers that branch into more complicated explanations. I believe that photo contests challenge the contestants in a very harmful way. One way is that oftentimes the judges rein on creativity, creating a photo contest that leads to little or no creative freedom, which is what I think photo contests should focus on, creating an environment that lets creativity in a photographer thrive. They also pose unnecessary stress to both the contestants and the host. This is for many reasons, but I'll name 3, to keep it short. 1, the 7-day window to create photos can cause unnecessary stress and actually squanders creativity as well due to the amazingly small time window. 2, having rankings and eliminations often make the contestants obsess over their photo and have unneeded stress placed onto them to stay in. 3, hopping to a photo contest's perspective, in the case of both 1 and 2, making the contestants stressed often causes the contestants to submit their photos last minute. This makes the host very stressed as they worry whether or not said person will submit a photo.
Hi, this is AG August. You probably know me from either Instagram or YouTube. Huge thanks to Alex for allowing me to be on their channel. Today we are talking about photo contests, but specifically creativity or the lack of in photo contests. Of course, these are just my opinions and you can feel however you feel about American Girl photo contests. This also means no shade to anyone's photo contest I've ever been in. This is just general speaking. I also run a photo contest on my YouTube channel and I am in no way saying mine is perfect. You can dislike it if you like. So with all that said, let's get started. The first thing I feel hinders creativity in contestants' photos is the requirement most photo contests have of using only one doll and the same doll throughout the contest. Sometimes multiple dolls or different dolls can be more relevant to the theme or make a better photo. I think this is really limiting. Sometimes hosts will even rank lower if you have extra dolls in the background, but they aren't in the background enough or out of focus enough. So how can you set a scene or create a theme if you can only have one model front and center? This leads me to my next point, that usually most hosts want the dolls to be facing the camera and eyes looking directly into the camera. This is definitely limiting creativity because sometimes looking away or looking at a different subject can be much more powerful or even more relevant to the week's theme. The last thing I want to touch on is the overuse of themes. I feel like if photo contests are giving the same themes that people have already done, it of course lacks creativity, but also hinders motivation, and in turn will result in lack of effort in photos. Also, one more thing I want to say, although it's getting a bit off topic, but I do feel a little weird about rankings. I feel like we're ranking people's artwork against each other, and it makes people feel bad about themselves. Photo contest hosts always say not to feel bad about your ranking, but how can you not when you work really hard on your photo and get ranked low, possibly under someone whose photo may have had less effort or was ranked higher out of bias? But I also do understand why there is rankings, because in the end it is a contest. But it's just something to think about if you host a contest and you're ranking photos. Are you ranking them based on skill or just what you like or bias? Understand that contestants will definitely be affected by the ranking you give them, and there's no way around that. That was a lot, but I do hope it was insightful in some way. I really would love to see some change in photo contests so overall they can be less stressful and more fun. So again, thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak, and back to Alex.
Thank you, August, for putting up with my crazy filming schedule to help with explaining the problem with photo contests. So now back to me, and I will be explaining part 2 of why I detest photo contests: the stress. Here, I open up not to just show my experiences with stressful photo contests, but I show some more anonymous entries of people talking about how photo contests promote stressful environments, from both contestants and hosts. Let's start. The next 3 screenshots are from the same person who so graciously sent screenshots of emails a host sent to the contestants. The first one reads, and I'm paraphrasing here, "We checked our inbox and saw that only 3 contestants had submitted a photo. The prize to win this photo contest is big, worth the commitment. So it is preferred that you turn in photos on time. The rest of you seem disinterested in this photo contest, which is rude to the host as she gives the doll with her own money, and it is aggravating to constantly send reminder emails." I have the screenshot on screen if you wish to read the real thing. Just make sure to pause. So the problem with this email is that it pressures the contestants an insane amount. In a screenshot I took of the conversation that took place after the previous screenshot was sent, the whistleblower, for lack of a better term, tells me that the host admitted their sister edits the photo contest videos. Here, in this screenshot, she said her sister edits her videos, so her family is the mentioned team. This means that the host is not hosting by themselves. It also just is extremely rude, in my opinion, to say that 6 people appear disinterested in your photo contest. If it was one person who constantly procrastinated, I'd understand. But 6 people? I just find it very hard to believe that 6 people in a photo contest all constantly procrastinate with submitting their photos. There are just so many things that I find wrong with this email, but as an overall vibe, it's so passive-aggressive. The next screenshot is from a different entry from a host. Again with the paraphrasing, this is what it reads. "I had 3 to 4 cycles of my photo contests before I really had problems. There was a contestant who would throw tantrums every round over something, and at one point I simply said, 'I'm sorry, please be patient with me, as I'm autistic and sometimes struggle with putting words in a way that doesn't offend others,' and the contestant immediately began to go off on me, which sent me into a massive panic attack." I thank this entry so much because it shows me the stress that photo contests pose on the hosts, which I never see. It's always the contestants I see publicly panicking over a photo contest, while the hosts usually keep the stress to themselves. And I will seem like a hypocrite here, but the reason the hosts keep their frustration to themselves is because they'll be attacked, either privately, if they express their frustration to the contestants, as the first host did, or publicly, if they make a story announcement talking about how people who procrastinate with sending their photos last minute. But see, the difference here is really simple. Between the first entry and this one, how and why the host reacted was different. For Exhibit A, the emails, and Exhibit B, the Instagram confession, had 2 different reasons to react to stress. The person who submitted the emails in Exhibit A told me that the host sent the first email 2 days before the deadline. I understand how procrastinators in a photo contest are stressful, especially when there were so many so close to the deadline, but the host expressed that their sister apparently edited the videos for them. The fact that the host had another person editing their videos for them almost immediately makes the stress seemingly invalid because they clearly would have a support system and aren't running the photo by themselves. Whereas with Exhibit B, it was a teenager who was running a photo contest alone with a disability who was actively getting attacked by a contestant. Maybe the host from Exhibit A has a different opinion than me, but as a person who's held and hosted a photo contest, someone, or even multiple people, not turning their photos in until the last minute is not a personal offense or an attack and poses no reason to constantly send reminder emails. One email 2 days before the due date is enough. You do not have to spam your contestants. I'm getting a little off track, so I'll return to the main point and wrap up this video: the problem with photo contests. In conclusion, photo contests can hurt the mental health of almost everyone involved if done wrong. But what do I think we, as a community, can do to fix the photo contests? Well, for one, we should abolish eliminations. Eliminations cause unnecessary stress and can make the photographer feel like their effort was for nothing. We should also make the themes more broad. Instead of having boring and explanatory themes like Colors Week and Food Week, we should broaden the topics. Photojournalism Week, Creative Poses Week, Fandom Week, and other less self-explanatory themes that would need an explanation. This brings me to say that we should normalize giving the contestants a reference photo so that they know what the judge is looking for. There's also a ton of bias with judging oftentimes, but I could go on for days about that, so that will be a topic for another day. We should also make the photo time go from 1 week to 2 weeks. This motivates photographers to put more effort into a photo and eliminates a lot of the time stress with photo contests. Now, on to the real conclusion. If you run a photo contest, this isn't a call for you to change how you run it. And I'm certainly not telling everyone to boycott photo contests, so no! As a person who often joins photo contests, I see the appeal. And in a sick, masochistic way, I sometimes enjoy the stress because it can give me something to channel my energy towards. But that being said, I think there is so much more that we as a community can do to make photo contests more accessible, less stressful, and allow for more creative freedom. And with that, I will end this video here. My mouth hurts from talking so much, and myself, while I was writing this, is more than ready for bed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you with my next video. Hopefully.
Hi, just as a closing remark, I just wanted to say, if this video came across as accusatory or aggressive, I'm sorry. That was not the point at all. It was meant to just be, me and August expressing our opinions about how photo contests cause mental health harm with contestants and hosts, and I decided to use some real-life examples to possibly make it more, understandable as to how this actually happens, and it isn't just, me glorifying or villainizing photo contests. So hopefully you guys understood that. Again, I'm sorry if it came across as accusatory, and I'll hopefully see you with my next video. Come on, Serenity. It's starting. Am I late? I literally did not notice. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Exactly, it means the world to us. Well, we gotta go. See you next video.